Welcome to Pod Studio, level up your fluency from trending topics. Today we are going to talk about thriving in the AI-first exponential shift.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise, get straight to the insights that matter for you. And today, we're diving into something that's not just changing, it's exploding all around us, AI. The pace is, well, it's dizzying. We've pulled together a ton of insights, especially from the stuff you shared this week, really focusing on what it means to be AI first and, navigate this huge exponential shift. Our goal today, pretty simple. Distill practical steps for you. How to use AI, leverage it personally, in business, and also touch on some of the deeper, maybe even existential questions it brings up.
Yes, what's really hitting me is just how fast the whole landscape is changing. It's forcing us to rethink, well, everything. Not just jobs, but how we create value, even how we see ourselves. It's not just tech, it's fundamental.
Yeah, absolutely. And this deep dive, it's for you, the curious one, looking for a clear path through all this information overload. Okay, so let's jump right into this shift, because it feels unavoidable, right? AI's rise is just unprecedented. Think about the stat. ChatGPT launched only, 32 months ago? That's it. And now, 700 million weekly users. That number is staggering. It's the fastest tech adoption ever, blows Facebook, all those other viral apps completely out of the water.
Right, and that speed, it just underlines that idea we talked about. Everything electrified will be cognified. Everything's getting smarter. But the challenge is our brains, they think linearly. We struggle to really internalize what exponential growth actually means. Think back 300 years ago, 90% farmers. Today, less than 2%. Huge disruption. But this happening way, way faster.
And that speed, it leads directly to this stark warning, something that really stood out. The most dangerous thing right now isn't AI itself. It's being average. Just average. In a world changing this quickly, there was that story, right? The 48-year-old home builder. I'm good. Thinks AI isn't for him. But the thing is, you don't really get to decide if it's for you. It's coming. For everyone.
Which raises that huge question, what does being good even mean now when AI can do so much? And the critical thing, the real insight is, nobody's coming to save you. It's harsh, but true. It's not someone else's problem to solve for you. You've got to adapt, redefine your value, proactively figure out, okay, if this skill is becoming common, how do I become the director, not just the doer?
Okay, that average warning is, it hits hard. But the flip side is becoming AI first. So let's get tactical. What are the actual steps? The big one, right off the bat. Make AI your default, your first stop. Got a question, an idea, a problem. Go to AI first. I was struck by that example, Dan Martell's company. If you don't default to AI first, you might be out. That's serious.
Yeah, and it's actually a pretty simple entry point, right? Just start using it like a personal assistant. Make it part of your thinking process, not just some tool you use occasionally for organizing tasks.
And this other piece that really jumped out, prompts. Advanced system prompts. We're moving way beyond asking simple questions, kindergarten mode.
Yeah.
Your prompts, that's your new intellectual property. That's the value. And the cheat code idea was brilliant. Get a great output, then ask the AI, hey, write the second prompt that made this. Imagine asking for, history of AI for kids, then asking how it generated that outline. It might spit back, you're an expert kids author and AI historian. That prompt itself is gold.
Exactly, and that elevates you, doesn't it? From just a user to, well, almost a programmer. Which is wild because AI is basically the only programming language ever that you program in plain English. Anyone who can think clearly and write it down can now program these incredibly powerful systems.
Which leads to that fundamental shift we saw mentioned, moving from being a doer to a director. AI can do the execution now. Write code better than a junior dev, maybe. So our role, it shifts to creativity, direction, strategy, like that Elon Musk analogy. Building the prototype is easy. Building the factory, that's way harder. The director designs the machine that runs the machine. That's the new value proposition.
Right. And for businesses, this means a total pivot. You have to start thinking, okay, I used to be X, now I'm an AI first X, an AI first real estate agent, an AI first consultant, whatever it is. It's not just using AI sometimes. It's running everything through AI first. Conversations, processes, deliverables, that's how you stay ahead. That's how you build resilience. It's a whole new way of operating.
Okay, so adapting is key. But how do you learn all this stuff without getting completely swamped? One recommendation, especially for leaders, CEOs. Spend a good chunk of time, maybe 20-25%, just learning, playing with AI, monitoring it. The rest, the 75%, focus on running the business today.
That's such a crucial point. It's not just about blocking out hours. It's how you engage. Intentional learning, not just passive scrolling.
Intentional engagement. I like that. Actively shape what you consume. And a really practical tip for that was curating your information diet, like using your social feeds, train the algorithm, see AI stuff you like on TikTok or whatever, type FYP in the comments, tell it, yeah, more of this, please. Engage with it. Turn your feed into a personalized AI learning stream. And another cool strategy for learning was networking, right? Setting up these AI expert roundtables. Find interesting people doing cool stuff in AI on social media, invite them to a Zoom call, learn about robotics from one, medical AI from another, data centers from someone else.
Yeah, it's a great way to filter the noise. You get straight to the source, understand real timelines, get targeted insights, super efficient.
Okay, let's loop back to leverage. Remember, buy back your time. That idea of leverage. Capital, content, collaboration, code. Those 4 pillars. And here's where it gets really interesting. AI now touches almost all of them. Take capital. Using AI to crunch financials, analyze investment updates, or even generate sharp questions for a board meeting before you've even read the whole deck. Wild.
And it's not just automating, it's amplifying.
Yeah.
Right? That human plus tool beats human idea. It's truer than ever. AI is the calculator for calculus. It lets us do so much more. Honestly, if you rewrote Buy Back Your Time today, every single chapter would probably have a section on how to use AI to delegate that stuff.
Oh, for sure. And we're seeing real-world examples already, like automating responses to those awful patent troll letters with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Saved thousands in legal fees. It's just being smart, using the tools. But it's not all just efficiency in business, is it?
Yeah.
AI forces these bigger kind of existential questions. Think about robotics, figure 2. Deployed in UPS, BMW doing the dirty, dull, dangerous jobs. And it learns fast, learns laundry, groceries, after just 40 hours of watching.
Yeah.
So, the big question, who are we if robots are doing all the work?
It's fascinating because our whole world, our society, it's kind of set up to let us avoid that question, right? We define ourselves by our jobs, by doing things.
Yeah.
But what happens when that's gone? A lot of people, well, they aren't really ready for that internal work, that self-realization journey.
Exactly. Forces you inward. There was that concept. Most people think they're the main character, but they're NPCs, just following the script. But being a real main character, that means living without fear, without needing outside approval. When the world gets noisy, you got to go inward. Realize you are not your thoughts. AI gives you options, sure, but you still have to make the call. Trust your gut. Is it a hell yeah or a hell no? That's still human. Which brings up that question nobody seems to ask. What should I not use AI for? And the answer is pretty clear. Don't use AI to tell you what to do. It's just fancy autocomplete, right? Predicting based on the past. It doesn't have that spark, that intuition for truly new future-creating ideas.
Right. Think of it as an input, like a book or a website or an advisor. It informs you. But you have to be the editor. You bring the discernment, the vision, the taste. That's the irreplaceable human bit.
Okay, shifting gears a bit to leadership. The Zuckerberg example was powerful. Remember his mobile pivot years ago? Mandated everyone use the app. All in. Now he's doing it again with AI. Poaching talent, billions on data centers, telling the whole company, embrace AI now.
It really shows that winner-take-all dynamic in this AI race, doesn't it? Leaders like him, like Musk, they get it. You can't dabble. You have to commit because the winners will likely dominate this new landscape.
Totally. And every company, seriously, needs someone focused on this full-time. An AI automation person. Used to be RevOps, maybe? Someone to automate workflows, break bottlenecks, teach prompting. It's essential. You know, personally, I had to unlearn this idea that every business unit needs to be separate. Collapsing them, sharing resources, way more efficient. Found the essence of the dance, you know?
And what about design? The human touch there. AI can design interfaces now based on best practices from Apple, Airbnb. You can literally screenshot designs you like, feed them to AI, ask for guidance.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, engineers can build features so fast now. The bottleneck actually shifts. It shifts to product management, and that still needs human taste, right?
Right.
Understanding how people actually use things, that connection.
Right. And then there's content. This was kind of mind-blowing. Do humans actually care if cartoons are real? Apparently not that much. They care about the story, the learning, the entertainment. AI avatars, they can deliver that. Which makes you wonder, what's left for humans? AI can do the B-roll editing, right? Tools like Turbo B-roll. It can even generate content from a digital brain tool, capturing everything you've ever said. So maybe the human creator focuses on that last 8%, the magic, the vision, the taste, the creativity, that emotional connection. And maybe that makes us crave real in-person community even more because the digital stuff gets so easy.
So wrapping this all up, AI is here. It's massive. It's an unstoppable force. It demands we adapt, learn, rethink everything, how we work, how we live. But it's also empowering you to be the director, the master of prompts, the strategic learner, actively shaping your path using all this incredible information, like the stuff you shared for this deep dive.
So the big question for you listening is, what does this all actually mean for you? I mean, imagine a world where AI really does automate all the doing. Money isn't the main driver anymore. You're not chasing that external validation, that white rabbit. What would you do? With your weekends, sure, but more deeply. What would you find out about your real purpose now that you're actually free to chase it?
Maybe the biggest thing AI does isn't what it does for us, but what it reveals about us. Lots to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.